Mr. Speaker, despite widespread opposition, the Fisheries Minister is stubbornly moving ahead with his threat to scrap fleet separation. An independent fishery once flourished on the West Coast, Mr. Speaker, but then owner-operator rules were removed. The industry is now dominated by large corporate interests. This is the future that fleet devastation awaits the East Coast fishery. Will the minister stand up for an independent East Coast fishery and withdraw his reckless plan to eliminate fleet separation?
The Honourable Minister of Fisheries and Oceans.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the member opposite, apparently he has a crystal ball that I don't have. There's no mention in the BIA about fleet separation or anything else. I merely went out and to consult with fishermen and asked for feedback on what they perceived as possible solutions to improvement of the fishery. Obviously, I got some feedback in that regard. I'm carefully considering all the feedback that I received, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker, I can understand the minister not telling us what's going on. He hasn't talked to the fishers out there or the communities that are going to be affected by his cuts. We now learn that the Department of Fisheries and Oceans is no longer going to be enforcing tagging of lobsters, which is going to have a devastating impact on the ability of the industry to conserve lobster stocks into the future. I want to ask the minister, Mr. Speaker, when will he recognize that he's going down a reckless path here, start consulting with the fishermen, and recognize that this is time to make some changes?
Minister of Fisheries and Oceans.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you from the admission that they are prepared for change in the fishery when it comes to modernizing the fishery. But, Mr. Speaker, I tend to think that they make questions up on the go. I have no idea what he's talking about when he's talking about eliminating tagging of lobster. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.